On Saturday, October 25th, 2025, family, friends and well-wishers gathered at the Chapel of Christ, the King of Glory, within the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, Ogun State, for the 20th memorial service of the late Chief Mrs. Stella Obasanjo. Stella Obasanjo, 1945 to 2005, was Nigeria's First Lady from 1999 to 2005 and wife of former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Born in Esan West, Edo State, she studied English at the University of Ife and was known for her elegance, compassion, and advocacy for women and children. She founded the Child Care Trust, which supported orphans and children with disabilities. Her life was cut short in October 2005 following complications from surgery, but her legacy of service and kindness lives on. 2 decades after her passing, the atmosphere remained deeply reverent, yet filled with gratitude, as all came together to honor the enduring legacy of a woman whose life embodied compassion, strength, and service to humanity. The solemn service was officiated by the chaplain, Dr. Femi Olajide, who led the congregation through a moving sequence of hymns, prayers, and reflections. Seated in the front pew was the immediate family of the departed, led by her beloved husband, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, surrounded by children, relatives, and close associates. The pews of the chapel were graced by an esteemed gathering of dignitaries, including Otumba Senator Gbenga Daniel, former governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, and the deceased's brother, Dr. John Abebe, among others, all of whom joined in honoring her cherished memory. The service opened with a call to worship, followed by an uplifting praise and worship session that filled the sanctuary with solemn harmony. Bible readings were taken from Psalm 112, verses 1 to 10, and Romans chapter 18, verses 31 to 39, both chosen to reflect the abiding faith and virtuous life of the late Chief Mrs. Stella Obasanjo. A particularly touching moment came when her brother, Dr. John Abebe, took the podium to share a heartfelt and humorous testimony about his sister's warmth, humility, and joyful spirit, drawing smiles and fond memories from all present.
Sister Stella was somebody you just couldn't get angry at her or with her because she will always smile through everything. Every difficulty. Our parents have passed on in the interim 8 years ago. But thanks to God, the family is very, very much intact and doing very well. We thank God. We do miss Stella a lot. Because if she had been around, she would have been the mother that would have taken over from our parents. Sister Stella had a way of a unique way of doing things. 20 years is a long time, but it has gone so quickly. You think it was just 5 years ago we passed through the unfortunate incident of her death. But we thank God for her leadership, and we pray that we'll continue to remember her in all the positive ways that she indeed deserved as an older sister.
Delivering the exhortation, Professor Ame Yusuf Obaje reflected deeply on the enduring impact of the late Stella Obasanjo, remarking that though 20 years have passed since her transition, her legacy of love and service remains vivid in the hearts of many.
The event that brought us here today took place 20 years ago when we woke up to hear what our heart and mind could not believe or accept. Even the flood of tears from our eyes could not change our feeling of unbelieveness. Yet, it was the truth. Nothing but the truth. That the Queen of our country, Nigeria, the First Lady and a highly distinguished daughter of our fatherland, Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Stella Obasanjo, has gone to the land of immortals and has put on the garments of immortality. That event is still very fresh in our memories, as if it happened yesterday. And I can understand, my brother, trying to control yourself. You are not the only one. There are lives that matter. There are lives that penetrate us. It doesn't matter the number of years. When you remember that name, when you remember the activities of that person, we are touched. A feeling sometimes of sorrow, sadness, pain, heartbreak. But thanks be to God, knowing where she is today, we give God all the glory. We give God all the honor. What a life. She lived so wonderfully and exemplarily well that our memories of her cannot be wiped out by the negative impact of the torrents and floods of our turbulent generation. However, we must console ourselves again and again by the facts and the imperatives of life. Pilgrimage as human beings. Let me recall what I said on this similar occasion a few years ago. The earth is largely a theater of arrivals and departures, where the supreme owner and Lord of the universe ultimately determine the timing of arrival and the departure of all creatures and things on earth.
The highlight of the service was the Thanksgiving session, where the family, joined by guests and friends, came forward to offer songs of gratitude to God for a life beautifully lived. A heartfelt vote of thanks was delivered by Olumuyiwa Obasanjo, who expressed the family's profound appreciation to all who have stood by them through the years, describing the day as both solemn and uplifting, a true celebration of love, faith, and remembrance.
Your presence is a reminder of the love, the respect, and lasting impact she had on so many lives. We are deeply grateful for your continued support and for keeping her memory alive. To the officiating ministers, Professor Obaje, thank you so much for your heartfelt exhortation. To the chaplain and the choir, Thank you for leading such a beautiful service filled with faith, reflection, and hope. To our friends and loved ones and all dignitaries here today, we sincerely thank you for your kindness and for standing with us over the years. My mother lived a life of grace, compassion, and service. So as we commemorate this 20 years of her passing, let us rededicate ourselves to service and giving. As we remember her today, may we carry forward our example of love and generosity. Many of you have traveled long distances. I wish you safe journey mercies. Thank you all, and God bless.
The 20th memorial service of Chief Mrs. Stella Obasanjo concluded with closing prayers and benediction, leaving everyone in attendance with a renewed sense of reflection, hope, and gratitude for a woman whose light continues to shine brightly through the lives she touched.